What's going on, people? Up here at the lake house in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I'm trying to figure out which car I wanted to do. Of course, that's our Rogue. This is my parents' place on the lake, and these are their three cars. I'm sure everybody's going, ooh, yeah, the F-250 with the big bumper. That's an awesome truck. I think it's 2014. It's got about 45,000 miles. This is the truck they commute back and forth to Florida, and they have a condo down in Panama City on the beach, and that's where they're at part of the year, and then they're part of the year here. But anyway, so but it's hooked up to the damn trailer, so I don't want to be trying to drive it. And you know, Expedition's that's an awesome Expedition though, but that's kind of boring. So we'll do my mom's car. This is a 2006 Lexus LS 430. It's 11 years old, of course. They bought it new in 2006. I think in December of 2006, and so it's almost 11 years old, but it's in great shape for its age. Just do a little walk around here. It's got a little dent right there on the side. I don't know if you can see that from a grocery cart, but it's to be 11 years old, this is a very solid car. Drives really, really good, and has some cool features that even on today's cars are unheard of on some nicer brands. For example, this one has the xenon headlights that actually turn when you turn. And I know some of the higher end cars and Lexuses today do that, but in 2006 that was pretty rare. So yeah, when you turn the wheel to the right to go through a corner, the headlights will turn with you, and it's a little creepy at first, kind of weird, but it's pretty awesome. This car has been mostly a garage queen. It hasn't been used a whole lot. I think it's got about 75,000 miles, just kind of lightly driven. They're retired, and they have 3 vehicles, as you can see, plus my mom has a truck at I think it's down at their beach house that she uses for her furniture hauling and whatever the hell she does. But anyway, let's do a little drive. All right, so we're in the interior. We're in the interior of this car. As you can see, my wife just walked out and distracted me. As you can see, this car's in really good condition. It's got very clean and soft interior. It has the little fold down vanity mirrors in the back. Of course, it's got the full sunroof. But look at this. I think they called it bird's eye maple. Bird's eye maple. It's a nice little tone. Who knows? It's probably fake, but they do a pretty good job with their interiors. Mainly the leather. This is the softest leather. And I was at the Lexus dealership the other day picking up a Yukon Denali. And I sat in some brand new LS 460s, I guess they're called now. And the leather is exactly the same. The same, just really soft leather. You know, you can tell this is real cow. Now that might be vinyl, but this is definitely leather. Let's crank this baby up. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. The battery's dead in the key. So, oh, do a little cold start here. Sorry about that. Let me get you in here. Okay. Low tire pressure. I think that low tire pressure has been on about 3 or 4 years. She's taken it in a couple of times to the mechanic, and I think they want to change all the TPMS sensors, because I guess there's not a way you can figure out which one's bad. I don't know. I don't know anything about that shit. Odometer 76,418 miles, which is really low for a 2006. This car had the optional navigation, which of course, you know, looks like Pac-Man up there. But this car was one of the first cars I had seen that had Bluetooth. Unfortunately, it does not Bluetooth your music, so this was Bluetoothing audio, but it does have Bluetooth phone. So, and it works pretty good. Keeps your phone book up there. Menu. Select user. Okay, it's never even been set up. I don't think my mom's ever even Bluetoothed her phone to it. No XM radio or anything like that. But, got your audio. Of course, your climate control, where you can adjust your fan speeds, direction, all that good stuff. And then, of course, you have, excuse me, your manual radio controls here, too, if you want. Ah, yes. This has a pretty darn good sound system. It's the Mark Levinson premium sound, so it's got a great sound system. Heated and cooled seats. Cooled functions on, and my tail is getting cool. We got the power sunshade. Ooh, pretty cool. Let's pop the hood. This car runs like velvet. It's beautiful. What is it, velvet? But no, it has the smart key access where you just touch and press the door, but the battery on the key fob is dead. And she hasn't had it replaced yet. Listen to this engine. I'm actually going to set the camera on top of the engine. Pure smoothness. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this is a very quiet, very smooth V8 4.3 liter engine. Let's take her for a drive, shall we? Reverse camera. So in 2006, that was a little, it doesn't have trajectory or any lines, which actually to me is a little bit nice because those lines are always in your damn vision. It's kind of nice just to see a camera of just open land behind you. All right. This drive, I wish I could do a freeway drive, but we are buried in the mountains of North Georgia, so we're just going to have to do some country roads here. But just notice how quiet the LS 430 is. Luxurious. It does have ample power. That's bright sun. Sorry about that. It's about 6:30 in the evening. I'm gonna change directions and get away from that a little bit. You really can't hear the engine in this car. You definitely can't feel the engine. There is zero vibration, zero. And this car is 11 years old and got 76,000 miles on it. When it was brand new, I mean, it was literally like ripping velvet. It was just, it's just hard to explain how smooth it was. But all these years later, hell, it's still that smooth. And these motor mounts have to have a little bit of wear on them. But yeah, I'm doing 60 in a 35 zone. I mean, it's just... an effortless car. Now, with it being so big and geared towards, soft, quiet, it's like the Buick of the Lexus. It handles okay. I mean, there's no feedback. I mean, you can't feel the road and the steering. But the steering at least has some heft to it, especially as you speed up a little bit. And it, it's pretty accurate. It'll, when you turn it, it pretty much goes where you point it. But, not a lot of road feel. And, that's to be expected of a car like this. Not like that Corvette. But this is just a kick back, relax, and drive kind of car. Sun, sorry. God, it's 25 miles an hour. I've got to slow the hell down. We're about to get out here on a little 4-lane road. Well, it's not a little 4-lane road, but I think the speed limit is at least 65, so we can take her up to speed a little bit. Okay. Try and get that sun out of our eyes. All right. Let's see what she's got. got the beans. I think this engine, I think it made like 290 on the horsepower. I'm not real sure on the torque. When we get back to the house, I'll pull out the window sticker. It's still in the glove box. I think this car stickered for somewhere in the 50s new, mid 50s. It might have been pushing 60. It wasn't a, Lexus offered like an ultra luxury edition, which was like a $15,000 or $20,000 option. This is about, it's not the top of the line, but it's not a base model either. A base 2006 LS 430 would not have navigation and backup camera. It would not have the smart key access, even though the battery's dead on ours. This one's got some options. I didn't point out the wheels earlier, but I think this thing has like the sport wheel package or something like that, or at least an 18-inch wheel package. So, but yeah, we're 70 miles an hour. If we kept cruising up through here, this road would lead us into Blairsville, Georgia, on up to, keep going up to Clayton, Georgia, and then we would, end up in North Carolina, headed up towards Cashiers and Highlands and all that good stuff. So this is just nice, beautiful North Georgia mountain country. It's gotten pretty, it's more crowded up here than it used to be, but it's this 4-lane basically dumps you off just north of Atlanta when you head south. So people that live in the Atlanta area, it's real easy for them to come up here pretty quickly and get to a mountain home or a log cabin or something like that. And so this area up here has grown quite a bit in the past 20 years or so. Since I was a kid, younger and a teenager coming up here to the lake, I have just noticed how, well, probably like most places in the country, things are growing, expanding. I remember, when I was a teenager, early 20s, I mean, there was barely cell phone service up here. You can see the mountains far away up there. Yeah, there was barely cell phone service up here, and I can remember when I was a young kid, I used to go to private school way up here in Clayton, Georgia, and it was sort of like a reform type school, I guess. I was kind of a bad kid, and I lived up here, and I remember taking the roads up here, and this 4-lane did not exist. And yeah, so anyway, it's not as desolate and isolated and quiet as it used to be. Got 3 or 4 lakes up here, and lots of people travel up here to go boating and do their little vacation homes and what have you. So, but anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the Lexus. As you can see, at 70 miles an hour, we're turning right around 2,000 RPM. It's pretty quiet. Got a little bit of a noisy seatbelt over there, but just this power column. There we go. Get it where I like it. But yeah, this car is just made, I mean, for cruising all day, man. It's what it's made for. It's got strong brakes. Last time I drove this thing, the brakes were wobbly. It looks like Mama got a new pair of rotors on this thing. I didn't know that. Boy, it needed them. Power, not an issue. The sun, though, is. So I'll just wrap this up real quick. Driving back into the sun, this is really gonna suck. So I hope y'all have a good one. Damn, I forgot to do the window sticker. I'll do a separate video later of the walk around and the window sticker. But yeah, anyway, hope y'all have a good Labor Day weekend, and peace out.